Welcome back, everyone. This is part 2 of card number 9. I'm sorry about that. I got a phone call and I couldn't get it to stop ringing and I ended up cutting our video off. So we have just put the Hello Lovely on the other video. So this is continuing on from there. I'm so sorry it's going to be done in 2 parts now instead of 1. That's okay. So the next bit that we're doing is going to be bringing these little corners, like I said, these should be dry enough now to do these. So we're going to come down to my table again. If you come on, sorry about that, we're starting off where we left from on our card number 9. So this is the April bonus post-out kit. Card number 9 has got part 1 and this is part 2, as I got cut off my phone when I was videoing. Okay, so let me just fix this up. I do apologise for that. So we're up to these little pieces here that we did before. And we're going to measure. I'm just going to grab these 1.5 on both sides. Make sure that the top and bottom are drawn. Yep, outside. I'm just going back to it. Do the pop-up card. It's funny how when you're doing something, mark 3. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I really am. It's funny when you're doing something, you've got to remember then what you're up to. You lose your train of thought. So we're going to do that little mark on here. So I might just do it with the pencil so you can see. So we're going to do 1.5 there, turn it around, 1.5 there. Now you want your little bits of paper to be face to face like this. Okay, so you want them face, and you want to do the 2 inside ones, not the outside ones. So once again, 1.5, just a little mark there, and turn it around and do the 1.5 on the inside as well. Okay, then you want to grab your ruler and that score tool, and you want to score that 1.5 to 1.5. So you want to score along there, and then you want to score along here as well. 1.5 to 1.5. Probably got the wrong size score at the moment, that's okay. Then when you've scored it, you can fold them in like this. So they're folded in like this. And you will see that they line up perfectly here, and you've got your nice score line happening here. Okay, so let's bring our card back in, and hopefully this is all dried perfectly, because we want this all dry. And this one is going to line up I'm just going to get that bit there. Just going to make sure I've done this the right way. Okay, so this one's going to, I'm going to turn it around again. Okay, I'm going to bring this up so I can see what I'm doing. So this is like this. So we've got this folded in, and then this little bit also folds in like that. So what's going to happen here is this little bit is going to be glued to this is going to line up here, so we're going to have to cut that bit off, I think, because it just doesn't want to glue down. If it doesn't want to glue down, just trim that little bit off, because you're going to line this up here, and you're going to put a bit of glue in here that's going to come onto the back. Now I'm going to have to cut that one off too, probably because I used the wet one. I don't want to do that one. I'll just put a bit more glue under that one. Okay, so your little bit folds and it goes like that. And your little bit folds and it goes like that. Okay, so you've got your pieces like this. Make sure they're all lined up nicely. Okay, make sure this is lined up on that score line and on that score line. If you come back on, say hello. I am so sorry. We're doing part 2 and we're putting this bit in now. So I'm sorry that my phone rang and I got a message. Just make sure this is really lined up where it's got to go. Okay, so that's the bit. Let's just do one at a time because it's easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some glue on this one here underneath in this little corner here. In that little triangle. Just tap it down if you have to. And then we're going to just comes in underneath here. So I just want to put it in on that triangle there. Sorry, I'm trying to show you the easiest way to do it. I'm probably making it look hard, but you've got to make sure it all lines up. So we're going to put that in there. And this is what I was saying, you need your little pieces to be dried also. Okay, so this one's going to come in. So we're going to just touch that one. This line here is going to line up under that little triangle. Right to the edge. Going to go a little bit further. Okay, so these are just touching in the middle. Okay, so I'm just holding this a little bit to make sure. These are going straight down the edge here. They're glued to the back of here at the moment. Okay, so I'll need to glue that little bit back in there. So they're glued in there at the moment. They're glued in there. Okay, so they're like that. Okay, so the next piece is we're going to glue this bit. Okay, so we're going to glue in that triangle. Let me just look at this again, because this is the mechanism that opens it up. So when you're, just trying to do it the right way so that you can sort of see how it goes. I'm just going to glue that bit down. It's very frustrating seeing that bit stick up. Okay, so no, we don't put the glue in there. don't do that. Got to think about it now. I've lost my train of thought. Sorry, guys. Yes, you do. Just do what you know you've got to do, Teresa, and stop second guessing it. It's funny when you haven't done it for a little while and then you get an interruption like that. And then we're just going to bring this out like this. So these will pop out like this. So just make sure they're nice and straight. Okay, so that's the bit that goes on the inside. Okay, so it's like this. You can put your little photos on here or you can decorate this up. Okay, so that's that piece. So let's get to the next piece. So the next piece is our long piece here. Which is this piece here. This is 16.5 by 10. So let's go to the instruction sheets for this. Let's get to the cardstock card back. Oh, it says 15, but it is 16.5. Sometimes I change my mind when I'm doing the measurements to make it easier. I'm just going to measure this one. Oh yeah, it is 16.5. You should have a 16.5 one in there. And then you're going to measure it down. Where is it? 15 on the back. Okay, so you're going to measure down. Pencil again, because this is the mark where you're going to put your band. So if you want to, you can just draw a line across there so you can sort of see it. Okay, so this is the back piece, and you've measured down 15. Now this is on here, it tells you the cardstock black 15 by 10. It's going to be 15 by 10. So the whole piece, all up, is 16.5 by 10, and then you're going to scroll down to 15. Now, I probably have left the word score out of there, or mark out of it, out of the instructions. Sorry about that. Okay, so that's our back bit. And then we have, where's our bit here? We have another piece here. This is all going to fold in now, so you can sort of see this is going to start, when you close it, it's going to come in like this. Like this. Okay. So this piece here is going to go onto this piece, if I remember correctly. Yes. I'm just looking to see which way it goes. Yep. So this piece is going to be glued. So this piece, let me measure this piece, because this is the 15 by 10. And it's going to go onto the front piece here. Okay, so you're going to glue this piece on here. I know it sort of looks a little bit complicated at the moment, but believe me, it's not. But we're going to score. We're going to score again. I really feel like I should have done two the same size. I don't know why I haven't. Okay, this should have been the same size, so we're going to do it the same size. So just in case you don't have any black at home, we're going to trim this off because I'm sure they're the same size. I'm positive they're the same size. And I'm going to alter it right now. So I'm going to cut that pencil line off and we're going to do that again. Okay? I'm sorry about this. I really lost my concentration, my thought process, and I hope I didn't leave that bit on there. So we're going to measure down, it will be measured down now. 13.5. So we're going to measure it 13.5. And then we're going to measure it on this side, 13.5. This is going to be your back piece. .5 here. Okay, draw your line across. Don't give up on this one. It's such a beautiful little card and it's not really hard once you make it. Okay, it's just sometimes you can be a little bit confused when you're doing things. Okay, so now this is your top one and we're going to school this one. If I remember, it's about 3 centimeters down. Okay, so we're going to score 3 centimeters down. So we're going to do that on our trimmer. I'm going to score 3 centimeters. I've got all these things underneath me now. Make sure you use your scorer, not your cutter. And we're going to score this like this. Then we're going to get our lovely, which is going to go in here. Now it's going to be a little bit different size because this piece is going to be a little bit different size that goes in here because okay, I think I did it wrong again. Okay, it doesn't matter. We're getting there. I just remembered what we're going to do. Isn't that funny? That comes down like that. And that comes up there. We can put this up a bit higher. So we're going to put this one up a bit higher until it comes into this piece here. Let's put this piece on first. Don't go cutting anything yet. Just watch. Just watch. Oh my God. Sorry guys. My brain is just turned off now. Okay, so now we have this piece coming in here. So this lines up to the score line, I think, if I remember correctly. Yes, this lines up here. So we're going to bring this down just the fraction so this piece fits in here. Okay, so we've got a border. Okay. So let's stick this bit on first. I did probably not have to cut it down, but it was the back piece. Probably didn't have to cut that piece off. That's okay. Let's just go with this. This comes down, so we've got a bit of a line between here. Just lining him up a bit straighter. Okay, now this piece is going to line up in here like this. Okay, so this is going to line up like this. So it's going to be and once we get that bit on, we need to turn this over because this is the one that's got to be marked the front as well. So we need to, is that right? Yeah, see, I didn't need to cut this one off. Okay, I'm going to just cut another piece. Don't cut yours because it's right. It was meant to be 16, was meant to be, oh, where's the measurements gone? 16.5 by 10. Okay, don't cut yours, guys. You don't need to. This back piece, do not cut. I've given you the right measurements. I'm just going to cut myself another one because I cut mine because I was thinking something completely different in my head. And I might have to do this one all over again. So opening up this because it's 16.5, which is up here. And you'll understand why I don't need to cut it now by 10. And we'll start that bit again. You didn't see me do all that. Because this is going to actually be the same size as this back piece here, the front piece here. Okay, so you can sort of see you've got, this bit's got to be that little bit longer for that reason. And then this bit is going to come into here. So that's going to go in there, and this is going to go on there. I told you it's not hard once you remember. I just lost my train of thought. Which is so easy to do when you get a phone call. If there's a little piece like that, you can always trim it off if you want to, or just try to pull it over and do the fold again, just so that it's not sticking out. So the fold bit, when you're doing the fold piece, okay, the fold piece goes down. So your fold needs to be down. So let's go back to our front, and the front is here. So we're going to line this up onto our front, but I'm going to do it not right at the top here, I don't think. Did I do it on the top there? Yeah, I did. Okay, I did do it right up the top there. I remember adding, you can add a piece of paper in there if you want to, but you're only going to be gluing to the score line. Okay, so you're only going to be gluing to this score line. This one here. Did I just make all that look so terribly? I'm going to do another video of this for you another day. I'm so sorry, because it's one that you don't want to be interrupted on, because your whole brain just disappears. Okay, so then I'm just making sure which way this opens up now. So this one is going to be stuck down here, on here. Okay, let's just make sure that that's stuck. So that's our front bit. Now we've got our little piece on the inside that's going to open up, and then our back piece. Now our back piece, we want to add our, let's go with this. Where's my piece, my back piece? It's got to be in here somewhere. Where's my strip? Okay, I've given you a wider strip than what I have on mine, but you can cut it down because you might want to put this around. We're doing this on the back piece. You might want to add this around a little bit further. I sort of left mine without anything on there. On the back here, it's joined here and here. So we've got that pencil line. We're going to measure that down again, 15.5. And we're going to just do what we just did before. I'm just going to go up 1.5. 1.5. I hope that's right. 1.5. And I'm going to trim this. You can trim it. And then you're going to have your little piece like this is going to go across the front. So it's entirely up to you if you want a wide one, but I'm going to trim it. This one's 1, is it? 1.5? About 1.5 centimetres. So you can trim this to 2 if you want to. Now when you're trimming this, if you're lining it up and you think it's going to move on you, you can always grab a spare pair of fingers as your postie note. And you can line it up at your 2 centimetres and your 2 centimetres and put your postie note on there to hold it. Oop, I just moved it. This is one of those cards you just need to do straight away. Hi Tricia, good to see you on. This is part 2. I'm just letting you know it's part 2 of my video because I got a phone call and it messed me all up. It really did. So you can draw a line if you want to. Like some people like to follow guidelines. That's fine if you want to. So 1.5 up from the bottom. Okay, so this is going to go on the inside of your back, the back, and it's going to come to the top of that line. So you can fold this in like this, and then you can fold this over like this. You don't want it too tight, but you want it to go like that. You want that on the front there. So you want to glue it the bottom to the 1.5 up from the bottom. Okay, so let's glue. Glue, glue, glue. Don't glue the front. Just these little pieces here. So just this one. I'm doing good, Trish. How are you? Trisha? How are you? Do you ever start doing a card and then you get a phone call in between it and then it throws you? Because this one threw me. Okay, then, if I remember correctly now, I've got to remember, this bit goes down into here, into this section here. Then we're going to glue the back piece here. So we're going to glue this piece on, and we're only gluing, let me just check again. No, we're gluing the whole lot on the back. So we're going to glue the whole lot on this piece. So let's do this. Your most important parts on this is your little lines here, like going across your little bits here. They're the most important parts. Like I said, honestly, this card I've made quite a few times and I can't remember having a problem with it. Just had a brain freeze. Okay, this is how it goes. Now this piece goes on here. You can decorate this band up with whatever you want. Okay, let's see if I've got it right now. Then this piece pulls down like this. Okay, I'm gonna have to make sure that my writing is done. My part's glued down. Okay, so you're pulling this front bit down. And I'm just going to make sure that the lovely goes through there. So you don't want that really tight. Yep, and then it opens up like this. So when it opens up like this, I'm going to show you the one with the flowers in it. This piece goes in like this. Okay. And then it opens up, and I've got I have got the photos in of my kids, grandkids. Okay, so then it just slides back up, slides like that. Okay, so this one slides up and down like that too. You can have these at the top, or you can have them down here at the bottom. It doesn't really matter. You just want to make sure that you have these bits, these little corners. Like I said, you want to make sure that it's dry before you start scoring and folding, because yeah, you want to make sure it sticks down. We don't want all that in there. If you get too much glue, just fold up a little Post-it note and just wipe it straight off, because you don't want all that in there. Okay, so that's going to come down like that. And that needs to be glued properly in there. Okay, so that it all opens up properly. Oh, push it back up, Teresa. It doesn't want to push. There you go. Push it back up. Okay. Well, that was a nightmare. I hope you have better luck than me on this particular one. Don't forget your lovely knit does need to come up a little bit higher, like this one. Okay, and I will do this one again for you another day. And let's hope we don't get any interruptions. Oh my God, that was so funny. Not really. So this is how it goes, okay? And you've got your little pieces are easier if they're folded up on this top back bit, okay? And you got these little black bits attached to the back. So I think I did mine reverse this time, but I do prefer them done this way. And then you just pull this down and it all opens up into a beautiful little book. And these are my granddaughter and my great-grandkids and her partner. That's Emily and Jack. And that's Frankie and Tex. And you can sort of see Frankie and Tex over here, and Emily, and then Jack and Tex down the bottom. So, and then it just closes up, okay? Just closes up like that. It is very clever, and it's a beautiful little card to do. So when you're doing it, please take your time. Don't cut that piece off that I said, because you don't need to. My brain just frizzled out. But we will make another one, and I'll do a whole video on that one so that you can get to see it all again. How will that be? So join me again very shortly, and I will finish off our last fun fold card. This one was a part 1, part 2, okay, because we got that interruption. So let's hope we get no more interruptions while we do the next one. I don't normally come on of a morning, and I think people think, oh, she's not on. But I really did need to come on this morning because I want to start May's post out on Sunday. So I need to get the last 2 cards done. So God bless you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck with your card. I hope you understand how it all goes together. The instructions are right if you've got the post out. Just don't cut anything off. And I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.